Alaikum, everyone. When I think about rejection, I no longer see it as a moment where everything stops, but rather a point where my new beginning starts. My name is Gofran, and today I want to share how I reshaped the way I think about rejection, but from my own personal story. We usually treat rejection as a sign that we're not enough, nor worthy, that our ideas doesn't belong. And in doing so, we forget that it can be a redirection or a small push towards something that we fear to explore. When I first started my design project, we were asked to prepare a concept for an extraordinary house. But I wanted to play it safe because I wanted something familiar, something that I feel totally in control of. So I picked this regular concept for a regular family, and I went to the class prepared and confident about what I have done. But my instructor shocked me with his answer. He told me that this is not enough, and you have to start everything from the beginning. This didn't only feel like a door slamming towards my face. It felt like rejection, and I felt like I don't belong among all of these brilliant architecture students. And I remember going back home thinking, why my ideas doesn't belong? Why do I have to repeat everything from the beginning? But after the frustration faded, something interesting happened. A new sense of challenge built in me. His no didn't feel like rejection anymore, but it felt like a challenge that I was ready to take on. Taking on rejection is never easy. And the way that I redirected it as a turn into my path, not like a wall stopping me from reaching what I want. It lays in 4 steps. First, you have to process your emotions. You have to allow yourself to think and bound it over. It's natural to doubt when our ideas are rejected. But I didn't only think, I allowed myself to question everything until I got ready to push it all down and replace it with something stronger, something that can fit my new perspective. Which leads us to our second step, changing or reframing the way that you think. Okay, how are you going to reframe the way that you think? You should acknowledge first that it's not personal. Someone declining your idea can be only a matter of wrong timing or different perspectives or different points of view. But it's never about you. So you have to look for the facts, not the emotions. Thirdly, you have to be kind to yourself with self-compassion. You should be kind to yourself and allow yourself to fit that new perspective and to take on smoothly. You should believe. I believe that I do belong among all of these architecture students. I did believe that I'm here for a reason, and I gave enough grace to myself to continue into the path I drew for myself. So lastly, the first step is that I learned. I learned much than I thought I would, learned and moved forward. As French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre said, freedom is what you do with what has been done to you, meaning that rejection is an event, but the meaning that you give it becomes your existential truth. I took my project as an opportunity and challenge to move forward. But if I took his no as a sign to stop, I would have been still stuck there at that closed door. So I'm here before you as someone whose ideas were once rejected and self-confidence shaken. But rather, it didn't stop me from venturing uncharted things, like this stage here. So remember this. Rejection is never about your identity, rather your purpose. And it's only true to what you hold it to be.